there was a group of volunteers in the main station who were fantastic, absolutely incredible. So I spoke to their main coordinator and I said, look, I'll keep very quiet, just give me a table. That's all I need. And I'll just sit there and I won't make a noise or a fuss. And I had a meeting, and then on Friday they said, yeah, okay, I can go in and do that. So I had a table and a bench. I had Wi-Fi from the main station, free, and I had the use of their printer. And I just basically sat there from 8:30 in the morning to about 8 at night. There were just so many people. Now there is the opportunity, I would say, at any time, for any of you here who've got maybe a week or even a few days. I will give you the contact of the coordinator, and I could suggest where to stay, because I moved to a couple of hotels, and eventually I found that a student accommodation, or they called itself a B&B, but it was literally 2 stops away from the main railway station. So it was very, very close, and it was brilliant. All the volunteers, they're from so many different countries, so many different ages, and so many different interests and backgrounds, but they were all dedicated, they were all drawn there from whatever place. In the middle of their studies, they were fitting in a few days or a few hours volunteering work. But it was a wonderful, wonderful feeling, because they all were passionate about what they were doing, and it didn't matter how long or how complicated, how difficult it was. You know, many of them were skilled in Ukrainian and Russian, and they would stop very often to help me sort out my computer problems. But I would say there is the opportunity there for any young people to go out and do something really very important and very helpful. And
that's amazing. Are we all sitting comfortable? Are we good? So, in the last couple of weeks, we've been looking at Peter. Now, he was Jesus' disciple and friend, and he told lots of people about how special Jesus is. And basically, he told so many people that he began the church group, and that's how come we're all here today. So the church is all the people in all the world who worship Jesus. Now, in today's story, we learn that Peter performed his first miracle. Does anybody know what we mean by miracle? Any ideas? That's a tough question. Dream could possibly be a dream sometimes. Any other ones? Something amazing. That's a really good start, yeah. Something impossible. Sometimes they're impossible. Okay. So we've got something amazing, something maybe like a dream, something that seems impossible. So any miracle that happens is a sign that God loves us. And sometimes it can be something really simple, something that doesn't seem impossible. And other times, perhaps it is something that seems impossible. So in this case, Peter did something that seems impossible. He was stopped by a man who couldn't walk. His legs didn't work. And in those days, that meant he was also very, very poor. So he was begging for money. And the man asked him for some money. And Peter went, I don't have any money. Maybe he didn't have any money. But instead, he said he could make him walk again, just by using Jesus' power. And he did. Just like that. The man was able to get up and walk, even though he hadn't been able to walk for a very, very long time. Now, there were some guards nearby. And as was custom, they would just arrest him. So they arrested Peter and told him to stop telling people about Jesus and doing strange magic tricks. But Peter told them that he wasn't doing anything wrong, and he certainly wasn't doing any magic trick. It was Jesus' power, not Peter's, that made the man fit and well again. And it was a sign from God, so a miracle. telling people that they should believe in Jesus. Peter told the guards that he would be obeying what God said instead of them, and he would keep telling everybody about how wonderful Jesus is. Guards didn't have much choice, they let him go. Now, there might be some people in this church today who would be able to tell you about a very special miracle that's happened that seems impossible, like that one. But those are very special, and they don't happen all that often. But I'd like you to think about things that happen all the time. The little things that happen all the time. Signs that God loves us and that He's working His power through us happen all the time. You don't have to plan for them, you don't have to pray for them, or do anything special to make them happen. You just have to believe. And then you'll find that Jesus' power is in you, and you'll be part of His miracle too. So, people coming together to tell others, like at last night's quiz night, or what Don's been doing, are a sign that God loves us. So, it's a miracle. So it's doing something nice for someone, however small, even when you don't feel like it, or you don't even know them. They're all miracles. And so it's telling somebody about Jesus and helping them become a Christian. All of these things are miracles in their own way. So they can be miracles when you believe. Shall we finish with prayer? Dear, thank you for all the signs you give us that you love us. Help us to see those miracles in our lives so that we can see you more clearly, love you more dearly, and follow you more nearly, day by day. Amen. Right, I think it's time for them to go off to junior church.